Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, I rise to talk about this heartless and mean-spirited attempt and the intent of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle here to cut $40 billion from the SNAP program, the food stamp program, that ensures that children, seniors, and poor Americans can put food on the table. Earlier this year, I participated in a food stamp challenge where we agreed to, for a period of 1 week, to limit our expenditure for food to $4.50 a day. That's about the average amount that a food stamp recipient receives for food. And so trying to eat on $4.50 a day was a mind expander and an eye-opener for me, because it helped me to see exactly how fortunate I was to not be one of the many millions of people who rely on food stamps for their nutrition. And during that week that I was on that food stamp challenge, I went around to a number of not homeless shelters, but bread lines, basically. I mean, where people were lined up, white and black, Hispanic and Asian, lined up, awaiting the food truck or the semi-tractor trailer to get there loaded with food so that they could get some of the free food. So some of these food pantries is what I'm talking about. And, you know, people lined up several hours before the pantry actually opened just to get some food. And so I can assure you that there are many people out there, and I spoke with many of them. Some of them, I spoke with one woman who worked 3 jobs, 3 part-time jobs, cobbling part-time jobs that pay minimum wage together and trying to take care of a family off of that and still being eligible for food stamps and needing to have those food stamps. And so people have lost their jobs. People have been offered and have accepted new jobs after this economic meltdown caused by Wall Street. People lost jobs. They have accepted part-time jobs, cobbling a few part-time jobs together to try to make ends meet for the entire family, and they need those food stamps. But what my colleagues on the other side of the aisle plan on doing is $40 billion per year, or for this next year, 2014. They want to cut $40 billion out of the budget. The budget is a statement of our values. If you can give farmers crop subsidies, $15, $20 billion per year, and then hide by congressional legislation, hide the identity of the recipients of those crop subsidy payments that you, the taxpayer, gives to the insurance companies on behalf of the farmers. And then what you do, you give the insurance companies, you offset their administrative and operating cost in operating that program. We pay them billions of dollars a year. And so as it ends up, over over $100 billion in a 10-year period, crop insurance for people who don't need it. And we're going to cut food stamps today, $40 billion. That's not the values that America stands for. I thank you, and I'll be voting against that legislation.
The gentleman